I'd like to call this regular meeting of council to order on November 15th, 2022 at 7 p.m. We'll stay seated for a moment of silent reflection. Thank you very much. As we gather this evening, I would like to acknowledge on behalf of council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. And we are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all generations of people who've taken care of this land for thousands of years. Are there any declarations of pecuniary interest in the general nature thereof? Seeing none, then we'll move to the mayor's address. During the month of October, I attended 10 meetings for municipal and/or county council business. On Friday, November 11th, 2022, I attended the Remembrance Day ceremony at the Eagleville Legion. Legion members and the public were pleased to return to a traditional indoor service. The service was an important reminder of the sacrifices our armed forces have made for our continued freedom. The war in Ukraine and the atrocities their citizens are enduring is a demonstration of their resolve to defend their independence and freedom. On November 7th, 2022, Dr. Cushman sent out a message from the Renfrew County District Health Unit regarding 3 viruses that are circulating in the province, causing incredible stress on hospital emergency room staff, which are resulting in long wait times. Dr. Cushman is urging all citizens to get the COVID booster and the flu vaccine, as well as masking when indoors and in close proximity to others. The warm weather we have enjoyed has been remarkable, and we are returning to more traditional November weather as we experience our first snow flurries. And attached is the link to the video that Dr. Cushman has put out for anybody who would like to watch it. And I get a mover and a seconder that the November 15th, 2022 mayor's address be accepted as presented, moved by Councillor Byrne, seconded by Councillor Robinson. Councillor Burns?
Yes.
Councillor Buchwald?
Yes.
Councillor Robinson?
Yes.
Councillor Reddy-Schonfeld?
Yes.
Yes. Aaron, thank you. Item number 5 is the adoption of the minutes. I have a resolution that the October 13th, 2022 special meeting and the November 1st, 2022 regular meeting minutes be approved as presented. Could I get a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councillor Reddy-Schonfeld, seconded by Councillor Burke. Are there any additions, corrections, or omissions? Seeing none, Councillor Burke?
Yes.
Councillor Buchwald?
Yes.
Councillor Robinson?
Yes.
Councillor Reddy-Schonfeld?
Yes.
I'm a yes. Carried. Thank you. And our delegation from Enbridge Gas, they unfortunately couldn't make it tonight, so they've asked to reschedule to the beginning of the new year. Item number 7 is the budget schedule update. I have a motion that the 2023 budget update report be accepted as presented. And I got a mover and a seconder, moved by Councillor Byrne, seconded by Councillor Buchwald. Comments, questions? Councillor Reddy-Schonfeld?
Will we be getting closer to like maybe at the beginning of December, just a more accurate picture of, you know, like the budget to actuals, one of those reports so we can go through some.
Yes, through the mayor, yes, we will be providing that.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, Councilor Burns,
Yes.
Councilor Buckwald,
yes,
Councilor Robinson,
Yes.
Councilor Becky Schoenfeld,
Yes,
and yes. Very, thank you. Item 7.2 is the speed limit study report. I have a motion that council awards RFP PW 2022-13 to EXP Services Inc. for $25,990 plus HSP. And further, council approves the establishment of the ad hoc committee as per the report recommendation. Did I get a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councilor Burns, seconded by Councilor Robinson. Comments, questions? Councilor Becky Schoenfeld.
okay, just what is the purpose of the ad hoc committee? And then, I'm just wondering why we would need a municipal consultant, seeing already have a firm that's gonna tell us what they believe to be the proper speed limits for our various roads. And then, we have the mayor, a member of council, a person at large, and the public works superintendent. Because I'm imagining that the municipal consultant is gonna charge us also.
Yes, Michelle.
Okay, so the purpose of the ad hoc committee is to, at most, it would be twice. One would be prior to the start of the project, and that meeting would just to ensure that the consultant is aware of the project guidelines, and it would just be a meeting to ensure that everyone is on the same page and is clear on what the deliverables to the township are. So it would be just a pre-meeting to make sure that that we receive the information that we require.
And the reason for the municipal consultant?
The reason for the municipal consultant is the fact that he has experience doing speed limit review studies. He has also worked with this firm before, so he has experience with them.
And any idea how much you charge us for the 2 meetings?
It would be the regular rate.
Which is about,
I don't have that, but we do have money in the budget for those costs.
The question I have, will the company be given a GIS mapping so that they can identify all of our roads and that's something I guess that I'm not sure if we have it or if they have to get that from the county.
Yes, that will be part of the study.
Councilor Robinson.
Yes, before they do the study, are we gonna have an idea of which roads they're going to be focusing on?
My understanding, but I'll let Michelle answer. I think they're doing them all, are they?
All the municipal roads are included in the study, yes.
Thank you.
Any other questions, comments? Councilor Bird?
I don't think we need the person from the township because this firm is hired for $26,000 to do it. I don't know why we need another member from the township that we have to pay the second person for doing the study. If you have the road super and count one member of council and the mayor, I don't know why we're paying the second person on top of it yet. If we have one council, the mayor and the road super, I think that would be enough.
And you're suggesting on the committee?
Yeah,
And
Yes. go
if
ahead.
I may, the purpose of the ad hoc committee is not to complete the study. The purpose of the ad hoc committee is to ensure that the deliverables that the municipality received is what was included in the RFP. So the ad hoc committee, like I had mentioned, will meet with the consultant prior to the beginning of work, just to ensure that they are clear on what the municipality requires, and we are clear on what the municipality will receive in the report. So at most, it would be a meeting that would be 1 hour in length. So it's going to be a short meeting.
If I may, through the mayor, so the RFP though, doesn't that spell out what our needs and wants are at the very end? So wouldn't it be more or less we could tell from the RFP if they didn't deliver what they told us they were gonna deliver? Because we've asked them certain things to be delivered.
True, the RFP does include what the township's expectation is. But it's usual to have a pre-meeting with consultants just to review what will be included in the project and what won't be. It's standard practice to do that.
Councillor Buckwell, you have your hand up.
Yeah, I tend to agree with my fellow members of council. If we have representation from council there, as well as our public works manager, they should be able to handle the requirements of what's in the RFP. And I think including the member of the public who does have had a fair number of comments in the past and suggestions, I think that would be a benefit as well. At this point, I just don't see the benefit for the financial outlay of bringing in a second, essentially consultant to go over that. I think our staff should be capable of doing that between staff and council.
Councillor Robinson.
Councillor Buckwell more or less echoed what I was, and what Councillor Reichershon was saying. I think an extra layer is superfluous.
So what I'm hearing is council supports an ad hoc committee, but not with a outside consultant to be part of it. Do we need a resolution, or is that just direction to staff? Yes, Michelle.
The resolution could be amended to say that council awards the RFP and further council approves the establishment as the ad hoc committee as amended.
So I'll ask the mover second, Councillor Burke and Councillor Robinson, are you okay with the resolution as amended?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, Councillor Burns,
Yeah,
Councillor Buckwell,
Yes.
Councillor Robinson,
Yes.
Councillor Reichershon.
Yes,
I mean, yes, it's carried. Thank you. Item 7.3 is the service review RFP. I have a motion that council awards RFP admin 2022-01 service review 2022 to Whipshail Inc. in the amount of $61,000 plus HST to complete the service review. And I got a mover and a seconder. Moved by Councillor Robinson, seconded by second by Councillor Reichershon. Comments, questions? Councillor Reichershon.
so I'm just slightly confused by the 3 recommendations in the resolution. So she's saying that she'd like $61,000 to complete the service review. Or we say you can do it for $45,792 because we got that through the modernization program, right? Or there were firms that expressed an interest and we're just going to invite them to reapply. Is that basically?
So council could decide not to award the RFP, and they could, decide to send out a invitational RFP to the three firms that expressed interest.
And in that, if we did that, would we say, you know, we'd like you to do it for 45,000?
You would, be starting over and sending out the invitational RFP.
And why didn't they respond before, do you know?
It was because of the timing.
Okay. Oh, and one last thing, so if we awarded it for $61,000, we could still use $45,000 from the modernization.
Correct, yes.
Councillor Buckwell.
Just one question in the report. It refers to one other firm that submitted a letter of interest prior to the closing. I'm presuming at that point, the bid from the other applicant was not yet public.
That's correct, yes.
And just a follow-up, Mr. Mayor. Were the presentations of what the service provided to be, were they comparable? Or were there significant differences between the proposals?
My understanding is that there was only one bid that met the RFP requirements. The other one was just a letter saying that that they would be interested. I think if there were no successful tenders or bidders. So we really only have the one in front of us that met all of the RFP requirements. If council wants to go a different path, we would have to turn this down and start all over. My fear is that doing that, we are already facing a very tight timeline because, and I'll just have staff confirm, but I think this report or this service review has to be completed by the middle of January in order to get the grant money. So by delaying it another 5 days, we're just creating more and more time risk as far as getting it done. Yes, Michelle.
Through the mayor, the funding requirement is that the report is completed by January 23rd of 2023. That is our deadline for the project.
Councillor Buckwell. Well, you're muted.
Sorry, there was at one end or the other, everything froze, so I missed most of what you said, but I got Michelle's comments at the end. I have two concerns with this. The first one is in the amount of time required. I'm concerned how in-depth of a service review can be conducted in that short of a time frame to justify the amount. The second concern I have is the fact that this is coming up so close to a short term, so that it needs to be rushed through. And I'm just wondering if we have any reason, A, why it's coming so late, and B, is it actually feasible to get an accurate review, a service review, to be worth that amount of money?
Yes, Michelle.
So in the RFP, there's a clear timeline for the events or items that need to be completed. And so, yes, it is, they would be able to complete the project as required within the timeline. And yes, unfortunately, it was one of the projects that, the deadline is coming shortly. However, the RFP, had been delayed, so.
Councillor Buchwald? Anything further?
Again, I just have concerns. Again, about the timing and the value of the service review. I don't recall offhand what the details of the RFP were, so I'm not certain. But that answers the questions that I have for now. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? Councillor Robinson?
There are three options, and basically option number 2 is indicated that the project can be completed for 45,792 versus the 61,000 plus HST. And my thought is, why would we spend 61,000 when we can go for 45?
I'll check with staff, but I'm not sure that has been confirmed that would be done for 45.
So no, it hasn't. So the second option is that the staff or the township contact the consultant that submitted the proposal to see if the project would be able to be completed for the funding that we received from the government.
Okay,
But there is no indication or no confirmation that that could be achieved.
However, just for council's information, the modernization funding that we still have available would cover the difference between 45 and 61, correct?
We do have funding in the budget for the service group review and a couple other things that we budgeted for, yes.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions? Councillor Hickenlooper.
I too am kind of concerned about the deadlines, and it seems like a service review is fairly extensive. And I'm just not, you want to make sure it's a good job, because this could be a guiding factor in our strategic plan. And if it's just done very quickly, are we going to be missing something that could be crucial in the next 4 years or longer? Like, I always thought a service review took time, like over maybe 3 or 4 months, where they, talk to various employees, compared our situation, our municipality to a similar municipality, looked at a bunch of factors. It just seems that within a month, well, I guess in a month and a half, everything would be done, which seems very, very quick. And I mean, I get the fact that we got a grant for a little over $45,000, but it's better to do a great job than just to do a job in a short period of time.
Yes, Michelle.
And I would confirm that those items that you mentioned are included in the RFP for the service review. And as I had said, that there is a timeline in the project for those items to be completed.
Okay.
Councillor Robinson.
I wanted to echo what Councillor Buchwald had indicated, that it's like we seem to be caught with our back up against the wall in making this decision, because if we throw it back, we're going to be even further and with the potential of losing the $45,000 grant. So that's the risk.
That's right.
So it's almost like we have no choice right now but to move forward, but it's not a good position to be making a decision from.
That January deadline, that's the 1st of January or by the end of January?
As I had mentioned, it's January 23rd.
The 23rd.
I mean, I understand and I hear exactly what you're saying about the risk. However, the RFP did indicate that it was a tight timeline and that it had to be completed. And it probably means that the company doing it has to bring on more staff in order to do the work in that amount of time. So. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, I'll call the vote. Councillor Burns,
Yes,
Councillor Buchwald,
Yes.
Councillor Robinson,
Yes,
Councillor Recchi Schonfeld.
Yes,
Yes, carried, thank you. Item 7.4 is the report from Recreation, and it's the motion that the township sponsors 2 public skating events during March of 2023 at the Eganville Arena. Could I have a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councillor Recchi Schonfeld, seconded by Councillor Robinson. Questions, comments? Councillor Recchi Schonfeld.
it's great to have the recreation committee up and running again. Yeah,
I would agree, it certainly is. Any other comments, questions? Seeing none, Councillor Byrne,
yes,
Councillor Buchwald,
Yes.
Councillor Robinson,
yes,
Councillor Recchi Schonfeld,
yes,
and a yes, that's carried, thank you. And we move on to item 9.1, which is non-action items. I have a motion that correspondence items 9.1.1 to 9.1.2 be accepted as information. Moved by Councillor Robinson, seconded by Councillor Byrne. Councillor Byrne,
yes,
Councillor Buchwald,
Yes.
Councillor Robinson,
yes,
Councillor Recchi Schonfeld,
yes,
yes, carried, thank you. Item 9.2.1 is county council orientation. I have a motion that staff provides the names of members of council who will be attending the council orientation session on December the 12th, 2022 to the county of Renfrew. And I get a mover and a seconder, and this is open to any member of council, so it's not just members of county council, any member of council can attend. Moved by Councillor Robinson, seconded by Councillor Recchi. Do we have any volunteers to attend that? I will be attending.
I'll probably, I think I did the last time,
that's on a Monday.
yes.
December 12th, I'm hoping to be on a sunny beach.
So that means you're not going to the orientation?
If it's on a sunny beach, you might go.
We could move the event.
Councillor Byrne, did you say you might attend?
Depends on the weather, I might go.
I think they need confirmation because there's probably gonna be, I'm assuming there might be lunch.
Just out of snow, that if it's a snowstorm, I can't go because I have snow. Otherwise, I would do.
well, you could go, what are the chances?
Yeah. I think you
It's
were
better to
last.
say you can go and then not go.
So it looks like myself and Councillor Robinson and Councillor Byrne. So I'll call the vote. Councillor Byrne,
Yes,
Councillor Buchwald,
Yes.
Councillor Robinson,
Yes,
Councillor Rector Schoenfeld,
Yes,
yes, that's carried. Thank you. Item 9.2.2 is the Valley Heritage Radio. I have a motion that staff be directed to purchase Valley Heritage Municipal Seasons Greetings Promotion Package at $192 plus HST. Moved by Councillor Robinson, seconded by Councillor Byrne. Comments, questions? Councillor Robinson.
is that the package we did last time? Do you remember?
I'll check with staff.
No, this is a different type of package.
Is it a new
We
one?
previously had the municipal communications package, which we could use so many minutes all year. This is just for seasonal greetings.
Okay,
Councillor Reggie.
not to be a Scrooge, but I mean, I'd rather have us donating money to a local food bank or find something. I mean, we have our communications tool now on our website. I think we could do season's greetings that way. You know, we can take an ad out in the Eagle Leader. That's just my personal opinion, because if we're always trying to save money, this to me is a way we can save money, because we're simply wishing people a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Councillor Byrne.
Because on the other one, you had a piece on the last year for the Christmas, on the other one.
That was the one where you got so many minutes throughout the whole year, so you could use it in any season. Which is kind of I think it's a more attractive package.
Yeah, because this is just for the Christmas season
Yeah.
where it says the 19th to the 26th. Anyway,
I tend to agree with Councillor Reggie Schoenfeld that I would sooner send money to the food bank for Christmas. Having said that, I'll call the vote. Councillor Byrne,
No,
Councillor Buckwald,
No.
Councillor Robinson,
no,
Councillor Reggie Schoenfeld.
no,
I'm a no, so that's defeated. Item 9.2.3 is the Garrison Petawawa Business Luncheon. I have a motion that staff RSVP with the names of those attending the fall business luncheon on November 24th, 2022 at CFP Garrison. And that response goes to Elsa Lucas. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councillor Rector Schoenfeld, seconded by Councillor Buckwald. Comments, questions? Councillor Buckwald.
Yes, this is something that I would recommend that as many members of council as possible attend. It's a very educational opportunity to see what's available at Garrison Petawawa. As we've seen in the past with the environmental issues and incidents we've had across the county, they were very helpful. And there are other things that they can do as well. So I think it would be very beneficial for anyone who could attend.
Thank you, Councillor Buckwald. Any other comments?
I'm helping at Shawwoods that day, so I can't go. When I would go, because it sounds.
that sounds interesting.
I
I won't try, so,
can't recommend that.
I've already double booked.
okay. So it might just be me.
I'd like to attend that as well.
Oh, okay, sorry, I forgot to ask. I thought you might still be on the beach.
No, not at that point yet. So we won't be gone yet.
So I'll call the vote. Councillor Burns,
Yes,
Councillor Buckwald,
Yes.
Councillor Robinson,
Yes,
Councillor Reggie Schoenfeld,
Yes,
and yes, Terry, thank you. So item number 12 is a notice of motion. I have a motion that council directs staff to conduct council chamber layout and audio equipment testing to improve audio quality in live streamed and recorded meetings to an adequate level. Notice a motion coming from Councilor Buckwell, and I got a mover and a seconder. Moved by Councilor Rakichenko, seconded by Councilor Byrne. Comments, questions? Councilor Rakichenko.
I think it's a great idea because I think it's really important. Lots of residents said they've been trying to listen and hear and tune in and has had major difficulties. And I also agree, there's probably an internet issue also that's important for doing this, but I think it's, to me, money well spent when we all campaigned on the fact that we want to be transparent and be able to have people know what's going on if they can't attend in person.
Councilor Buckwell.
Yes, I raised this because we had been hoping that improved internet was going to be coming more quickly than it has. And even this evening, there's been, we've made some changes in the layout in the chambers. And I've actually been messaging a little bit back and forth with staff using the chat feature, and they've been able to tweak some settings. And this evening, after they've done that, I've had a much better ability to hear what's being said, and I'm hoping that the members of the public listening tonight have found that as well. So it'll be a matter after this of improving the ability of hearing staff when they're making reports. But I've already seen an improvement this evening with the steps that have been taken with the help of staff.
Thank you. That's good news. Any other comments? Seeing none, Councilor Burns,
Yes.
Councilor Buckwald,
Yes.
Councilor Robinson,
Yes.
Councilor Rakichenko,
Yes,
yeah, Barry, thank you. So upcoming meetings and unfinished business, our next regular council meeting will be December the 6th, 2022 at 7 p.m. Also on December 7th, 2022, we have staff and council relations training from 9 until 1, and I believe that's at the Eagles Nest. And that brings us to item 15. I have a motion that council go into closed session pursuant to section 239 2B of the Municipal Act regarding two personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. And I got a mover and a seconder, moved by Councilor Robinson, seconded by Councilor Burns. We will be going into close at 7:38 p.m. Councilor Burns,
Yes.
Councilor Buckwell,
Yes.
Councilor Robinson,
Yes.
Councilor Rakichenko,
yes.
and a yes. Barry, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I have a motion that staff takes action as directed in closed session regarding the citizen concern. Did I get a mover to seconder? Moved by Councilor Burns, seconded by Councilor Robinson. Councilor Burns,
Yes.
Councilor Buckwell,
Yes.
Councilor Robinson,
Yes.
Councilor Rakichenko,
Yes,
and yes, Barry, thank you. I have a motion that staff takes such action as directed in closed session regarding the communications committee. Can I get a mover and a seconder? Moved by Councilor Rakichenko, seconded by Councilor Burns. I'm just watching to see if
Yeah, he put his hand up that time.
Councilor Buckwell wants to get in on this. Councilor Burns,
Yes.
Councilor Buckwell,
Yes.
Councilor Robinson,
Yes.
Councilor Rakichenko,
yes.
I'm a yes. Barry, thank you.
That takes.
Item 17 is our confirmatory bylaw. That bylaw 2022-60, being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council for November 15th, 2022, be read a first and second time this 15th day of November 2022. Can I get a move by Councillor Buckwell? Seconded by Councillor Robinson. Councillor Burke.
Yes,
Oh, sorry. Be read a third time and finally passed this 15th day of November 2022. Councillor Burke.
yes,
Councillor Buckwell.
Yes,
Councillor Robinson.
Yes,
Councillor Reggie Johnson.
Yes,
Yes. Very good. And have to get this to adjournment. I have a motion that this November 15th, 2022 regular council meeting adjourns at 8:18 p.m. Moved by Councillor Byrne, seconded by Councillor. Councillor Byrne,
yes.
Councillor Buckwell,
absolutely.
Councillor Robinson,
yes.
Councillor Reggie Trumpo.
yes.
And a yes. Very, thank you all very much.